Hi guys, it is Ricky. I am back coming at you guys from my quarantine home in my pajama pants. I'm just trying to look good from the top up, which, I mean, you guys can see the pants, so that didn't really work out. But I am back again for another video for you guys. This time it is a Q&A video. This Q&A video is gonna have to do with questions that you guys actually sent me. I actually got sent questions on my Instagram. I posted this picture on my Instagram. It was a poll and I asked you guys to please submit questions, and I definitely got plenty of questions for this video. Thank you so much to everybody that sent me questions. A lot of people that I don't really know personally sent me questions, which I'm really grateful for, since you guys took effort to, you know, make it an interesting video even though you don't really know me. So love y'all. So for today's video, I'm gonna dive into questions that have to do with my thrift store. If you guys don't know, I have a little thrift store online. Questions that have to do with college, work, coronavirus. So yes, without further ado, let's get on to these questions. I actually have the questions on my notes, so let's go into my notes, but first let's hydrate. So the first question comes from Jaritza. Thank you, Jaritza. And she asked, when did you begin Rick's Thrifts and why? So I actually began Rick's Thrifts, I believe it was Halloween last year. I actually began it with my cousin Jackie. We actually both came up with the idea to come with this thrift store. Well, it was my little sister had told us. It was after Halloween. We were hanging out at her house, and my little sister had told me like, hey, you guys should come up with something thrift related. So we were like, oh my god, Instagram is popping. Instagram has been popping for the past few years, and we were like, we should open up a page. That same night, which was Halloween night, the 31st of October last year, we actually opened it, which actually it was October, it was November, December, January, February. It was 4 months ago that I opened Rick's Thrifts. So I actually opened it with my cousin. Things weren't working out. I decided to just take on the business alone. The thrift was supposed to be separated from the situation, and it became Rick's Thrifts. I love entrepreneurship. I love business, the money perspective of things. I just love business. So I was like, that's definitely a big reason of why I decided to open up Rick's Thrifts. Cynthia asked, what are your future goals? So my future goals career-wise are, I do want to become a teacher, but I feel like for some reason, I feel like things will turn into a different direction. Maybe I'll do something in like the business industry, the fashion industry, photography, YouTube, I don't know. But I definitely, for sure, if I became a teacher, then I would not mind, because I love working with kids. I'm actually working with kids now, which I'll get to that question later. But yes, I do love working with kids. So if I became a teacher, which is the goal that I've had for the past few years actually, then I wouldn't mind, because I love kids. Angelina Zavala asked, what's your favorite thing about thrifting? My favorite thing about thrifting is honestly that you never know. Well, this is my favorite and least favorite thing about thrifting. I know she didn't ask least, but it just has to tie in together. But my favorite thing about thrifting is that you can definitely never walk in expecting something, because things will just pop out. Like one day you could just find a pair of Tommy jeans, a polo tee, a vintage sweater, a Nike jacket. Like, you never know what you can find, and that's what I love / dislike about thrifting, because you just never know what you can find. The majority of times it is really good stuff that you find, but there are times where you don't find as much, but I still managed to find at least one good thing, which I really like and enjoy about thrifting. So yes, thank you for your question, Angelina. Nick, Ava, Luz, and Cynthia all asked, why'd you start Rick's Thrifts? So yes, like I said, I started Rick's Thrifts because I was just inspired by business, entrepreneurship, fashion. All those three things tied in together and created Rick's Thrifts. Luz also asked, do you plan on pursuing fashion in a bigger way? Honestly, I've pursued fashion in many different ways. I have Rick's Thrifts. I've done fashion videos on my YouTube channel. This is the best plug to plug Rick's Fits. I know, Rick's Fits, Rick's Thrifts, I know it's a lot. I'm gonna move over here so I can show you guys a display of Rick's Fits. And basically it's just a page where I display different outfits that I wear every single day. These are just outfits that I wear on a daily. I can wear like sweats with a really nice jacket and an off-white bag one day. The next day I can wear, it's only the good outfits. I don't want to display like outfits that are like this. So I haven't posted recently because of the quarantine, but I will definitely get back into the groove as soon as all of this is over. What was her question again? So yes, so that didn't really answer the question, but do I plan on pursuing fashion in a bigger way? I would like to, but I would only do it if it came natural. I don't plan on it right now, but you never, ever know what can happen. Yossi asked, how has your thrift store benefited you? My thrift store has benefited me in the way that it has definitely taught me how to be a like legit kind of entrepreneur. It has taught me how to, you know, bargain. It has taught me how to, it's given me a lot of different relationships. Not that I've got like best friends out of it, but like I've met really cool people thanks to Rick's Thrift, so that's definitely a big factor of how Rick's Thrift has benefited me. Leslie asked a few questions. Shout out to Leslie. She asked opinion on the coronavirus. It is honestly crazy, and it's a bigger deal than people are painting it to be. Honestly, like, just because there isn't a case near you, this sounds so funny, but even just because, and I posted this on my spam account, I'm not plugging that, but I definitely posted on my spam, and I was just like, just because it hasn't hit you doesn't mean that you shouldn't be scared, because you do not want to be the first case in your area. So that's definitely why you guys should be listening to the government. You guys should be listening to the school statements. You guys should be listening to what's happening around us. Like, it's just crazy how like so many people like to make jokes about it. Like, I've seen stuff about like Vanessa Hudgens talking about it. I've seen stuff about Idris Elba having the coronavirus, and it's honestly really crazy, and people need to take into account everything that's happening, and they need to process it and know that this is not a joke, and it's something extremely serious. And if you're, I don't know, I know there's introvert, extrovert, I don't know which one is the outside person, but if you're the type of person that likes to be out and likes to party, be with friends, guys, I'm that type of person, and I'm still able to maintain myself inside my house. Like, I'm still able to be in quarantine. There's different things you guys can do while you're in quarantine. Clean your house, clean your room, clean your closets, bathroom, pantry, cupboards. There's stuff to clean. And I don't go back to work until April 30th. I don't go back to work/school until April 30th. So I have over a month for me to do stuff. That's why I decided to reopen my YouTube channel, because that I have a lot of time to, you know, do YouTube videos. And making a YouTube video and editing it will probably only take me at most 2 hours. So 2 hours out of like a 15-hour day, I definitely have other things that I can be doing. So there's definitely things that you guys can be doing during these crazy times. Leslie also, that was a long tangent. Leslie also asked tips on success. Honestly, what are my tips on success? Know why you're in it. Be in it for the right reasons. Don't ever be in it for money. Be in it because you want to be in it. And and just keep on persevering. There's gonna be days where there's no business, and there's gonna be days where stuff is flying off your racks, or just depending on what you're selling. So yeah, it's just stay determined. Last question that she asked was, would you say your life changed after Rick's Thrifts? Honestly, it has, in the craziest way possible. Like, I would have never imagined that this is something that I'm gonna be doing on the daily. Before the corona, I was thrifting all the time. I was going with my friends, sister, you name it. I was going thrifting with them, and it was just like something super fun, and like that's something that I didn't do before. I loved thrifting. I have some of my favorite pieces are thrifted. And I just didn't love it as much anymore. I loved it freshman, sophomore year, stopped junior, senior year, and now that I'm graduated from high school, I love thrifting so much because of the business. So definitely kind of changed my life, you know, in a way. Valerie asked, shout out to Valerie, I miss you. How has the virus affected your business? The virus has impacted my business in the way, well, I don't know what's going on with everyone, but like for what I've seen is for specific cases, like people aren't into it as much as they were before the virus. Maybe it's the stuff that I'm posting, or maybe people don't want to spend their money, or maybe people just aren't focused on that right now. And whatever it is, I would not blame them. I'm not in my natural headspace right now, so I definitely wouldn't blame them if they're not looking at Rick's Thrifts every day like they used to before. I definitely still get business, but it's not as much / as fast as it was as before. Vivian asked, how is work, fashion icon? So work, before the virus, I was working. I got a job a month ago, I would say, for my local school district, and I am a teacher's assistant for kids that are like handicapped or of special needs. I am a aide for them, and I stopped working since the school district has shut down until April 30th. I'm still fine. I'm still like bouncing back in a way with my store. I definitely don't feel like broke, or I don't feel like, oh my god, like there's some moments in the day where I kind of feel like, oh my gosh, like I need to like get my stuff together and like go thrifting it. But you guys need to be careful. Like, that's why I rather be safe and not sell every day as much, and not obviously not work as much, than be working, thrifting, and getting, you know, the corona. But yes, I love working. I loved it so much, and I did work a lot up until the corona, so I'm glad that when my next check comes, it's not going to be, you know, small. I'm definitely going to get obviously paid for what I worked, and I love working with the kids. I love it so much. It's so fun. It's just amazing. Yumara, shout out to Yumara. What does a day in your life look like? So I hate that I keep bringing up the COVID-19, but a day in my life now is different than it was a week ago. Now I literally, this is how it's gonna sound boring. I wake up, I eat breakfast. My mom makes us breakfast. My dad's at work, so it's only me and my little sister and my mom here, and Nova. So we all wake up, we eat breakfast, we clean something, we wait for my dad to get home, we eat dinner. Karina either goes to work or just stays in, and then we typically, me and Karina, end the night off with a movie, and then we go to sleep, and then we repeat, which I don't mind that. Like this, a scam call. Don't you guys hate these calls? I hate the scam calls, they're so annoying. But yes, my routine is definitely much more boring than it was before, but I don't mind. Hopefully our lives become normal again and we get to do our everyday things that we used to do before this crazy coronavirus shiz. But until then, that's my routine: waking up, eating, watching Netflix or YouTube, recording a video, editing. That's all. Yumar also asked, what's the biggest challenge you've had to face in the past few months? Oh gosh, what's the biggest challenge? There was definitely a period of time, there was a gap between my last job and my current job, and I wasn't going to school because I did take a break, and it was definitely like, I wasn't really doing much. I was doing a lot of Rick strips. I was doing that a lot, but when I wasn't doing Rick strips, it was like I was home doing what I do now, which is like basically nothing. So it definitely, oh, by the way, with my back on my routine, I'm still doing school online. I forgot to mention that. I don't know why I forgot. Just that I haven't been doing it these past few days because I did assignments a while ago. I'm doing school online, but that's only a few days out of the week. So that's added into my routine in the mix sometimes, but not every day. But yes, back to your question, Yumara. Definitely like, another one of my biggest challenges is, along with, you know, not having a job or not really doing much, you know, with my life for a small period of time. Another one of the challenges that I had to face was like needing to like let go of people. Guys, not everyone in your life is gonna do you well. Like there's people that in your life you're just gonna have to let go, and if they come back and you guys vibe again like you did before, then that's perfect. But if not, there's just people in your life that you just have to let go, and that's definitely a challenge that I had to face within the past few months. And it's crazy because it's like you could be best friends with someone, like see them every day, talk with them all the time, and then out of nowhere it's like boom, it erases. You have to be grateful for the people that you do have and not for the people that you don't. To wrap up this Q&A, Cynthia asked a few questions. Shout out to Cynthia Chavez. She asked a few questions. Her first question was, what are your thoughts on community college? So as I said earlier, I am still doing college and I'm doing community. I'm doing community out here in Mobile, and honestly I really enjoy it, and I'm definitely glad that I decided to pursue community, just because I didn't see myself at the time when I had graduated high school being able to get into those colleges, and even if I was able to get in it, I don't know how I would maintain good grades while being in those big league colleges. So I'm definitely glad that I decided to pursue community. And not just that, but like financially, it's very hard to like be able to pay for stuff, and I'm not the type of person that likes loans, but I would have had to, you know, probably, I'm pretty sure. So I'm definitely glad that I decided to do community. I would definitely recommend community to people that are graduating right now. It doesn't matter what people say. After high school, you don't really keep in contact with the same people as you did before. But yes, I definitely really like community college, and I can't wait to transfer in about a year or two. What is your biggest struggle with your current business? Like I said way earlier, my biggest struggle is right now, like with the coronavirus, not everybody is feeling as inspired to serve nice looks, and not everybody wants to waste their money, spend their money. So that's definitely a big struggle that I'm facing right now. But at the end of the day, I do know that this is not forever. This is just temporary, and we will all get through this together. So yes guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I'm looking right now and it's about 18 minutes, which I'm really glad. I hope that you guys don't think I talk too fast, and if you do, I'm so sorry, and I had to, because if not, this 18-minute video would have been like 25-30 minutes if I would have talked more slower and in detail. So if you guys did like it, please leave it a like, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys on the next one. And do not be afraid to leave comments, give me feedback or video recommendations of videos that you want to see me fail, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye guys.
Make a mistake, you better learn from it. Play with tea, you'll get burned from it. My daddy always told me if it makes you cry, it ain't the one, you better run from it.